Uh-oh. Got a special guest today, ladies and gentlemen. My buddy William from Gracious Garage. What's up, brother?
What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Made it.
Dude,
how's the drive?
it was pretty good. 80, 100 the whole way, you know what I mean? That's the way it is.
It's William, everybody. Gracious Garage.
Nice to meet you guys.
And what is this thing before we get all rolling on my stuff?
This is my 71C10 that's about to get chopped because it was in an accident, so...
What'd you do to it?
Well, it's got the 5.3 in it, all LED lights. I redid the whole interior. It's got Hotchkiss full TVS frame, and it's basically just my daily driver.
Nice, man. This thing's cool. Is this where you got your start with LS stuff?
No, my start was with my Chevelle that we raced against. That was more of my start, but this is more like the next one. You know what I mean?
The next project.
Yeah, this is gonna get like a turbo 6.0 on it, and
oh, right in my alley. Did good.
yeah, hopefully get some big power.
For those of you guys that don't know, I met him at Zip Tie Drags, and he came over, he watched the channel, and he was like, hey, I got a Chevelle, you want to race? So I saw his car and I said, I'll tell you what, we'll let you go, and then I'll see if I can, you know, keep up. But it was a good time. It's all for fun. We'll get that car dialed in. His car makes a boatload of power, just doesn't put it down. So I didn't want to coach him because I didn't want him to beat me, but now that we're friends, we can help him out. So he came to get a tour of the Twinnebago, and we're going to do a ride along. So you're the first YouTube guy for sure. Yeah. But you're like the first guy besides Reed. Reed's always around. Yeah. That's not part of, you know, the channel so it'll be fun to get his thoughts and experience, and we'll get him for first looks and all that fun stuff. So
excited. Yeah,
well, cool. Let's I'm gonna go show him around real quick. I know he wants to get everything filmed. I want to show you guys this thing real quick. Maybe we can ride around in this before he leaves. Yeah. So, oh, look at that shifter. See, I need a cool shift knob like that for the Winnebago. So I gave him the quick tour. You guys don't need it because you're familiar with it. So what we're gonna do now is we'll fire it up. I'm sure he wants to hear like a cold start. We'll open the cutout and all that fun stuff, and we'll let it warm up, and then we're gonna go around the block. So I'll put the camera in there and we can get his reaction and see what he thinks. And then when we come back, you know, we can get his thoughts on it. And then after that, then we can work on it. Yay! Yeah.
Alright, let's go. Do I just close it or anything, or is it just...
Close it and then make sure it's closed. Get the handle and turn it. Now push it up. Now push on the door. No, just push on the door.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Alright. So I'm assuming no seatbelts, right?
So DJ Safety's gonna make you some?
Yeah.
But I don't have any yet. Yeah, just be mindful of it all. I won't be a complete idiot.
I don't care.
Alright. You gotta roll in style.
Yeah. Let's see.
That doesn't really open.
Oh, okay, for sure then.
So everything is so crusty.
You need a vacuum can, man.
We're getting there. So they make a digital one on Amazon.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a 10-inch touchscreen.
Okay.
So if they haven't,
dude, you're going full pro touring on this thing. It's got EFI, like it's gonna get suspension.
Dude, I got USB. And the brakes look pretty good, dude.
It's funny because, like, you know, like usually I can use this camera. Yeah, you can use this camera like in a regular car, right? Yeah. But like this thing, we're like 20 feet apart from each other. Man.
Here, we'll shut it down so you can hear.
What?
Yeah. And then, like I said, they've got square tires.
Yeah. I don't.
They're actually getting better because they're a bias bias, so they get a little more round, but they're pretty terrible, dude. Here, we'll go left.
Yeah. Dude, I like, you know, have you done like a crazy pull in it yet?
Yeah, I'll show you right now. We got the racetrack.
Okay. The quarter mile time.
So I don't know. These guys have to hate me because they don't know me over on this side. So let's open our cutout so we're ready to roll.
Yeah. You gotta go race mode engage, you know what I'm saying?
That guy kind of knows me, but everybody else kind of doesn't. So we've got our speed meter down there. So see that sign?
Yeah, okay, there you go.
So we'll make it cool right now. The tags are expired like 15 years, by the way. I think this is good. I don't want to go too fast. Alright.
Whenever you're
40. Here we go. Ready?
You know what, dude? It's fast for what it is, man. It really is. Like, oh my god, Dave. Like,
Speed limit's 25.
There's a guy who just gave us a thumbs up on a horse, so
I thought it was a race ball.
dude, like I kept, dude, it's got USB. You know what?
Yeah. We can try that. We'll try the two-step when we get back to it.
Okay, no problem, man. No problem. Like, wow. This has to be the coolest motorhome ever.
Well, they got, so the fuel injection sucks guys did that one, and then the Ring Brothers have one, but the Ring Brothers is like a bar or something stupid. It's faster than this one, but whatever. Go sleep in your bar. Yeah, I made a lap right there a couple times, and there was a lady with her arms like
crossed.
Yeah. Figure that was in that short distance. That was 40, dude.
That's, dude. I bet it might hit like almost 100.
I don't know about with the airflow. It's funny because people get pissed and they like think there's gonna be a car coming.
Yeah, but it's a motorhome going 40. Well, that's a ride along around the block. I don't think I want to go any farther in it, but
well, like I said, the tags are up, so we actually have a like real tags.
Yeah. This, you know, I was expecting to be more of like a death trap, if I'm being honest with you, but wow, it's like I'd take this over a new one any day.
When we make it legit, I'll let you drive it, dude.
I don't know. Oh, for sure, man.
All right, let's go try this. I'm probably gonna get yelled at by the wife. So.
Okay, let's see. All right. Holy shit! Dude, it shot like a flame like that!
All that oil is because of that drain.
Drain, yeah, but...
So that's what today's project is, to fix the stupid drain.
Yeah, go check out his channel.
It's not blown up, if anybody's wondering.
They've never seen turbos before.
Not yet. Alright, so I just took William around the block. We did the two-step. Apparently I did pretty good because he said it was shooting fire. Of course, I didn't capture it, so I'll have to get some footage from him. I'm sure my wife is probably going to yell at me. But let's get his thoughts and his reaction on what he thinks about the actual Twinnebago.
So, like, alright, first of all, I'm speechless after that two-step. Like, holy shit, like, it shot a massive flame and, like, I don't know what to say. It's awesome, man. Like that's all I can say. Like if you ever get a chance and you meet Dane and he's in the Twinnebago, you gotta ask him for a ride and ask him to hit the two-step on it, cause.
Oh great! Don't do that. I'm not giving rides to everybody. But if you're cool, maybe we can go on the block. But if I got the family and all my camping gear and all my stuff, we'll see. If it's not on jack stand.
But yeah, like you gotta hit subscribe and see what he does next. Like
All right, world's best interview. Thank you, William.
It's insane. Like, there's just nothing else to say, but you're crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, going around the block is one thing, but you're gonna drive it like
to Kentucky.
Yeah, like you're crazy. I think I'm crazy for doing it in my C10, but this is insane, and it's got twin turbos on it, so it makes it better, and it's pretty quick too for what it is. Like,
yeah, we did. Well, you guys saw that was. So we stopped. I don't know how far do you think that sign was away from us?
Probably like 330 feet, probably.
Yeah. So and I let off at 40 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So, I mean, merging's not going to be a problem. Plus we're low timing, real low boost. I don't have 85 in it. So this thing, honestly, I'll check the logs to let you know. It's probably 3 to maybe 5. So we're gonna be at like 10 or 12 pounds on 85. So that'll make this thing a monster. Like it literally, this is fun. Yeah. It'll turn into like, I'm probably gonna get yelled at like, slow down when we're merging.
It'll do 100 in the quarter?
No, not in the quarter. I don't, you know what, it's just a brick. We'll see when we get on the freeway.
Dude, what we're gonna start doing is like canoe.
Aerodynamics. Somebody sent me a land speed. Yeah. But, well, that's cool. Maybe we'll go around the block in his truck real quick, and then I'll let him get out of here. He's got some stuff to do, and then I gotta go get fittings and things before they close down so we can get the turbo drain. Apparently, we're puffing a lot of smoke out of the turbo drain because it's not draining properly. But, yeah, that's the name of the game when you build stuff, right? We're gonna cruise around the block real quick. I always like to ride in other people's projects to see how they function, considering I don't get out all that much because I'm usually stuck laying under all these turds. But this thing's cool. I've just seen it on Instagram mainly and then on YouTube. And then this was down, right, when you were at LS Fest?
Well, no, I just...
There's a trash can over there.
Okay. I was down because, I forget why I was down. I don't know.
Just throw it on top.
I think, you know what it was? I took the Chevelle because the Chevelle has AC.
Ah.
So I was like, I don't really want to make that road trip without AC. And then, of course, I crashed it. And then I went to go pick up a bed in it like last weekend. So I had to make the trip in it with no AC. So no matter what, there was no getting around it.
What year is it?
71. So right now it's got a 69 grill on it. And yeah, it's just my daily driver. It's nothing crazy, but it sounds good and it turns everybody's heads, so.
Yeah. That's cool. What are these seats out of?
They're out of the Blazer. I think they're the K5. I got them, they still have the original GM stamping on them, so.
What cam is in here?
The Brian Tooley cam. It's like the no springs required cam.
Sounds good.
Well, I like it a lot.
What exhaust is on there?
They're the Black Widows, the Race Venoms or something like that. It's like the one right before the crazy ones.
Do you have a stall in it?
No, stock stall. I need to put a 3200 stall and like really get it, but
I like this cam for a no converter. Yeah, watch these bumps. And you always run without a hood?
No, it's just right now because I had a fiberglass hood on it. And the accident kind of got crushed, so I just throw the hood on it to keep it safe.
That K&N is right there at
the exhaust, you mean?
Yeah.
Probably has super high IATs, but whatever.
Turn right. Turn right. Yeah, it's funny. So if you watch all my videos, I always go out that way.
Yeah.
And then the freeway's right over there.
Yeah.
So I always get on the freeway and then jump off the next exit. We'll be doing that with the Twinnebago. Once it makes, you can just turn right here. Yeah, this thing rides good, dude.
Yeah, it's got that Hotchkiss full kit in it. I just like it's lowered.
Is it 4-link?
No, it's still
still springs.
It's still spring. Yeah.
It's nice because it doesn't feel bouncy.
Yeah, that's the only thing that it had like cheap springs on it, and I didn't like the way it rode, so I got all this adjustable stuff on it.
I like that wheel too.
Yeah, it's Sparko stuff, and you got the quick release on it.
Yeah, watch it pull the wheel off when we go into the ditch.
I've done it before where I've lost the steering wheel and I gotta park the car real quick. I'm like, oh fuck, here we go. Yeah, here, where do you want me to do a pull?
Oh, we're good, dude. It's like I said, it's 25.
Yeah, it's like a nice daily driver. It's super reliable, so that's all I really care about. I'm about to ruin it by putting turbos on it and making it short bed.
Yeah, the thing is around here, so this is all horse property.
Oh, okay.
Is that guy that we passed was on a horse?
Yeah.
So I try not to be an a-hole, and then there's that one little strip where there's like, it's a park on one side, just a couple houses, but I always just kind of limit it to over there. You know, I like this thing, dude. You can have a conversation. Yeah. It doesn't bounce all around. This thing's nice. Brakes seem to work real well.
Yeah, that's the only complaint I actually have is the brakes.
Yeah.
They're terrible.
Oh, okay, maybe they don't work well. Well, thanks for the ride, man.
Yeah, man.
She came out and you took the ride along. I got you some merch.
Thank you, bro. Actually, I got the same thing for you.
Oh, cool, thanks. And these guys are gonna sponsor me one day. They don't know it yet. Lemon drink, dude. You gotta try it. I'm gonna get your reaction.
For sure.
You hear me, Pellegrino? I need some help. Give me some lemon drink.
This is like your favorite stuff or something?
This is my favorite drink, yeah.
Really?
Try it.
Okay. I always see these and I'm like,
Because they're super expensive.
Really? Oh shit, actually it's pretty good.
See, lemon drink, dude. All right, he's out of here. So it's time for me to actually get to work. Yeah, it was pretty fun. His interview portion was pretty funny. Because we were talking, I said, let me turn the camera on, dude. We'll kind of get some of this. And it was just crickets. But no, I'm glad that you came out, man. And then hopefully we can do some stuff in the future. He said he has a hard time working on his stuff at his space. So you guys might see him on the channel from time to time. Probably wrenching on some stuff and thrashing on things here and there in the future. So that is it. I got to change. We got to get to the part store to get fittings so we can make this thing not smoke on D-cell from the turbos. All right, so 2 things today to work on. So this had a little oil coming out of it, which we got to change anyway, but this is the oil drain. It goes back into the side of the pan. So I have one over here because this cool pan came with another spot, which is that plug right there. So I'm going to separate these guys. So this one will have its own feed and this one will have its own feed. That way, hopefully it solves the issue. Although routing is going to be kind of a nightmare because packaging is getting a little tight. I think I can just come around underneath, try not to burn myself underneath here to go to that one. But we have to have a certain amount of fall, so we'll see. We're going to work on it, but we're going to go to the store and get all the supplies before they close, hopefully. So I'm going to pull this plug out, so I'll have the plug size. I want to say it's 1/2 inch, but we'll take that so we have it for sure. Hopefully there's no oil that high. I guess we'll find out. And then whatever size hose, and then ends, we'll just make a flexible one. And then I believe I have more ends things. So let's pull that plug out, and then hopefully we can get out of here. Oh, look, we got a little tranny leak too. I'm gonna tighten that boy.
6.5 hours later.
So here are all the goodies we got. Some of this stuff is for the Malibu because I didn't want to make multiple trips, but what we really need right now is this guy to go into the oil pan, and then one of these guys will go on the end of that for the hose. But let's thread this in real quick. We'll put some goop on it, thread it in there, kind of take a look and see how we want to route that. All right, here's the old drain system. So this came from the top turbo. I'm sorry, this came from the top turbo into this T. This came from the bottom turbo, and then they both went into this single. This is a dash 10, so it's pretty good size, and I figured because they're little turbos that it may work. And the other thing is, it was draining because when I pulled this, it wasn't full of oil. It just wasn't happening fast enough. So that could be due to it being clocked. It could be due to, you know, this thing moving around. I didn't really have it buttoned down good, but it's an issue. I'm driving all the way to Kentucky, and I don't want something dumb like that to happen along the way, because I really don't want to mess with this stuff on the side of the road at some point, or, you know, at LS Fest, let's just be honest. So we're gonna plumb one side at a time. I'll do the lower turbo first. We're gonna take this T out, it'll just go straight in on the same side it was on, so I could probably just use this guy and plumb it right back in. So we're gonna take this off, put this back on the pan, and then we'll just take this line straight into this guy without the T. So that'll be pretty simple. And this guy got this weird jog. I was having problems making that jog before, so we're gonna revisit this guy and see how we go. But let's make this one first. So we cut up this one. I struggled to get this off, and I'm not in the business of wasting time, so we have other ones that I bought. Now we've got our little drain. There's not a lot of fall. It's probably hard as hell to see, but it comes down and goes, and then it ducks down right around the radiator. So the radiator doesn't have like a corner, and then it cruises along here and then in. So this is the one I think was giving me the issue. We'll just button this guy down. I'll make some sort of hold down here, and that's a lot of hose for it to fill up before it really backs up. So I'm hoping that cures the smoke. And now we'll just get the top one and figure out where that one's gonna drain to. It's obviously got to go to this side. I already put the little dude in there, and we'll get the heat sleeve like we have for that here. But I got to figure out if we want to come this direction or way over there. I'm thinking probably around this side, but I got a lot of party going on right here already, so let me double check. We'll bring you back. All right, I was getting all froggy, and I was about to put this thing in. I was struggling. We got some kinks on here because I bent it the wrong direction. So I was like, screw it, and I bent it back, and then that's what it does. You can see on these bigger tubes, it's not the cleanest bends anyway. Those are all done in one shot, and they got some wrinkles. But this is in the back, so when you see it live in person, if you want to, you know, look behind the turbos and burn your face, you can make fun of me. But other than that, I think we're good. So this goes and sneaks around that side, and then we'll put that piece, we'll make a little hose, and we'll show you guys. And then we have separate turbo drains. So then what we'll do is we'll just fire it up and let it run, and we will watch for smoke. All right, here's our finished hose. It goes like that. It has to sneak past the exhaust. So this is lava wrap. It's pretty well good to go. You could pretty much lay this on the exhaust and it wouldn't affect it. I didn't have to do the whole hose, but if I just did a slice right here and then walk down the hose, then I wouldn't have any protection. So this way, it can't go anywhere. It'll be in the right spot at all times. And we are rock and roll. Let me put this on, tighten stuff up. We will look for smoke, boys. Wait till she hits the brakes. What? Oh, my wife and her friend are going around the block in it, so hopefully it comes back in one piece. It looks like I got a taillight out. The stuff you get to monitor when you're not driving your rig. That's freaking funny. So the cool part about her driving it, they have a motorhome that's similar size. So I've never really driven a motorhome, so it'll be fun to hear what she has to say when she goes back around. I told her, I said, watch the brakes, they're touchy. And then she's like, huh. I was like, no, they actually work good. And she's like, oh really? Because ours don't. So it'll be fun to see what she has to say. See, at least it's not just me, because they're over there hot dogging. This is my wife and her friend. My neighbors probably think I drive like a dick. Look at that. Guess I gave him my toy back. Smoking. I think we fixed the turbo drains. That's good. We doing multiple.
That was so much fun.
In multiple laps.
Yeah, I had a guy to do two. We had a hot lap it and
So-
pound them. And then I had to like, there was a Prius and we met at the stop signs and I'm like, no, I'm not letting this Prius get in front of me. And I was like,
I think the best part is there was a car in front of us going 25 and we coming up and it's going 25-40, 25-40.
on the radar of the, you're going too fast.
That's what I, yeah. See, it's not just me. At least I don't feel bad. So the neighbors, when I call the cops, I'll be like, it was my wife, officer.
Yeah.
All right, well, the Twinnebago is in one piece. It looks like we tackled the smoke from the two-step. And I think, like I said, that turbo needed to be clocked a little bit. And then both of them draining into one line just wasn't happening. So the girls were romping this thing and they took a few laps and they were hot lapping the thing. And it came back and I didn't see it puffing nothing. So that's what we can do. I think we'll button those up. I feel good about all of that stuff. Now we'll just have to do the fuel pump and hopefully it maintains fuel pressure and then we can move on. If not, I'm gonna have to look into it and get a beefier pump or something. But it's a Walbro 450. It should support what we're making because we're not shooting for the moon here. The other thing I'm gonna check before I dig the pump out, so I'm gonna put vacuum on the regulator and make sure that's going 1-to-1 with vacuum. Or I'm sorry, with boost. So I need to apply pressure to it. So we will check that because that could just be bad and then my pump's good to go. So I want to check that before I have to crawl around inside the gas tank. And that's it. We need to put some E85 in this thing, get some freaking tires, and then some registration. We need to drag this to my boy's shop and put it on the rollers. That's what we really need to do because that's what I want to see. That way that thing's lined out and then we can do some smoky burnouts. But we'll see. We are trying, man. You guys, you know what to do. Thank you for following, subscribing. I really appreciate it. This thing, it's just getting more and more fun, and the people are kind of starting to come over and starting to see it, and I really think this thing's going to be a hit because I love this thing already. Now that it's kind of lined out and I'm a little more familiar with it, and it's not as sketchy, and I think things are going to fall off. So I'm getting excited. Kentucky is sneaking up though, so we better get on it. You guys know what to do. Like, subscribe, share. I'm out.